A buffer overflow attack that manages to defeat ASLR and jump to some other code on the stack can be an especially powerful attack because the machine code that's written there doesn't have to be something that already exists in the program. But machine code has no business being on the stack anyway, so maybe the operating system should not allow you to execute code that's sitting on the stack. That's the idea behind page protection. And any modern hardware is going to support file-like positions on each page of memory, so that a page can be read or not, written or not, and executed or not. Almost all pages need to be readable, otherwise they're not that useful, but they don't need to be writable. In particular, the pages that have the code for the program generally don't need to be writable, and data that's supposed to be read from a database or sitting as local variables on the stack, that doesn't need to be executable. So all modern operating systems disenable execution of code that's sitting on the stack, and they do that by allocating the stack's memory in such a way that it doesn't have execute permission. Code normally can just be made non-writable but executable, and that prevents attacks where the code that is marked executable is actually modified at runtime and then made to jump to that new written code. But in languages like JavaScript and some Java implementations, code is actually generated at runtime. So it's not good enough to have pages that are either writable or executable forever. You need to toggle back and forth between them. But this W XOR X convention means that a page can only be in one of those two states, and that again makes it harder to generate some code through an attack and then jump to that code. Operating systems that support W XOR X, they need to give tools like JavaScript interpreters extra control over this to toggle back and forth between the two modes. Meanwhile, this is not a concern for programs written in C and C++ and similar languages, so that page protection can provide a good first defense against misuse of data as code.